Today's video, we're going to clean this dirty motherboard and show you how to fix it properly. First thing you want to do, grab a hose. Without a hose, this process won't work. See your CPU here? All that gray stuff on that, you don't want that, because that's corrosion. Then with all of these ports here, you gotta make sure you get those nice and clean. Flip it over. This bit helps clean it off. Then, now we will show you how to dry it off. First thing you want to do, you gotta bring it inside to dry it off, alright? And your CPU here, that you gotta take out, grab your paper towel, dry that. Gotta get some white lithium grease and some 3-in-1 oil. Any type of oil will work, but 3-in-1 oil and lithium grease is what you'll need. You can do your own oil too, but this stuff is better. You gotta go in here, in the middle, you gotta add some 3-in-1 oil. Alright, have a good little layer in there. Then, white grease, lithium. There, perfect. Now with your CPU, these bumps are rust. You don't want that. What you gotta do is hold it down. And sand it a bit. You don't have to sand it too much. Just like these contacts here, because those are corroded. And that's bad. Then you gotta whoop, some oil on there. Make sure you put it in the right way. Oopsie, that was the wrong way. You gotta make sure you put it in the right way. There we go. Sometimes it won't go in properly. That's what these oil is for. And if it doesn't go in properly the first time, put some moi oil, mate, in there. Sometimes it won't go in, like I'm saying. You just gotta get it in there. Once it's put in, once you have it in there, it might take you some time. Sometimes the grease can make it harder to put it in, only because your hands now are going to be slippery. There we go. Sometimes if it won't go in either, what you can do, you don't have to, this will make it easier. You can clean some of that out. Then your two things here and there. Close your hatch, whatever you want to call it. Then this stuff on top here, thermal paste or the gray stuff, it's actually bad for your CPU. It damages it, so. Then these capacitors, sometimes if they break, you just gotta give it a little. There you go, fix like that. It's that simple. Then for your RAM slots here, you gotta get your white lithium grease 3-in-1. White lithium grease 3-in-1. There you go. After that, you gotta clean her out a bit. Just a little bit, not too much. You gotta leave some in there. Next, you gotta do the same for other slots. There, perfect. Let it sit. Even sometimes you can put it upside down and it'll be better. Next step, you gotta put it on an angle against something. Then you get your 3-in-1 oil once again. These headphone ports, Those you really need to oil. Without those being oiled, headphone port will go in and out as well. Same with your Ethernet here. So look, I got my Ethernet cable here. As you can see, this is before it is oiled. It doesn't go in properly, like look. See, it just physically won't go in. Gotta put some. There we go. And now look. Fit like a glove. Next is these display ports here. Gotta get this stuff this time because some stuff you gotta use different oil on. Then you get your thing. Because look, like before, it doesn't go in. But after, once again, fits like a glove. And that's what you need. If it doesn't fit, your freaking computer won't work. It's simple as that. But you gotta do after. You gotta get a hammer. Sometimes, if your CPU, like look, say my CPU isn't sitting on there properly, and you can't get it out either because your hands are cold right now. You gotta do this, look. You put it in this way. You can put it in any way, really. Sometimes certain ways I find work better, but then you gotta do this. Sometimes it won't go in. So what you should do is hopefully your CPU didn't break from that. Sometimes it might, but you gotta have a little risk. This thing is in my way, so like you don't even need this thing. It's not important. Oh, see, look what was under that. All that corrosion. With this here too, you don't need that. See this part? Get rid of it immediately. CPU might have got a little bent, it's okay. Unbend it. Simple as that. Then you line it back up. There you go. See, lined up. Sometimes your thing won't go down properly, so you gotta just Jeez, that whole thing came off. You don't need it. Exactly. See this part? This? You actually don't need in your PC. I know, that's super cool. Did you not know that probably? Because this is a beginner's guide. That crap? Get it out of here. This, whatever it is, see that? It's taking up room on your motherboard. You don't need it. Your CMOS battery, or your BIOS battery, whatever you call it now. Break that shot off too. You don't need it. Same with all of these. There you go. If your computer doesn't boot up now, sometimes people can do it wrong and you can mess up your computer. Maybe you just forgot to take this off or this off. Maybe this didn't come off. Maybe that didn't come off. Maybe even this didn't come off. Sometimes that can change everything when you're building your first PC. Gotta do after. Sometimes this is even a common problem. People forget to put oil on the backside. Without oiled backsides, your computer won't work. Okay? There you go. Let it sit for a minute. You know, do that part. I don't need to do that because I've already made this computer work. Then sometimes if you have this part, this can be a big issue with computers. You gotta make sure your motherboard looks exactly like this so far. Doesn't look like this so far? Rewind the video, you did something wrong. What's this? It's not important. What it is, what else? What else do we need to take off? You're thinking probably to yourself right now, this, what is that? I don't know, not important. There you go. If it doesn't look exactly like this right now, you're doing it all wrong. Restart the video. Now, just do that. Then your paint has to be this exact color. If it's not, you're doing it wrong. Then you gotta flip it over. See, this always fixes the computer. Next, remember, it has to be this exact color or it won't work. Gotta let it sit there, maybe half an hour, not even, more like half a minute. So 30 seconds. Honestly, at this point, you might as well just take your whole hose over there. But if you don't own a hose, you can just use the tap. There, some of your paint has to stay on or it won't work. If it all comes off, you gotta restart again. There, next step, bring it back into your garage or wherever you're building it. For me, I'm doing it on my garage. Wipe it off just a little bit, not too much, because if it's too wet or too dry, it won't work. Oh yeah. See? And look, now it's bulging inwards. This isn't good. What you gotta do, fix it. Keep hitting it till it's flat again. Like that. You're chilling. Then, make sure to drop your hammer on it. Just need a little more grease in here. There you go. Your computer is fixed. But if this motherboard, what you gotta do too, you gotta put both of them together. Sometimes this will help, sometimes it won't. Done. Computers, depending on how many you did, you can do the same steps with this computer, any computer motherboard. This will do the same steps. This one, as you can tell, not completely finished because the video I'm making on this one, video didn't save, but we have this one still. Subscribe.